picture of the edge of the side of our bridge. It doesn't look like much now, so I'll show you what it'll look like when it's glued together. First, there's the bottom gusset plate. The bottom gusset plate prevents vertical buckling. If we didn't have the bottom gusset plate, the bridge would buckle like this. Next, there's the bottom cord. The bottom cord provides tensile strength. If we didn't have the bottom cord, the bridge would start to tear like it did in this bridge. The gusset plate, as you can see, tore off here, and so did the bottom cord. Then we have the top gusset plate. The top gusset plate also prevents vertical buckling. And here's the top cord. The top cord provides compressive strength. If we didn't have the top cord, the bridge would start to crack. Then there are the vertical hips. The vertical hips keep the bridge from twisting. Then we have the end post. The end post supports the compressive load. This is our bridge design. Now, in this phase, you are going to design the bridge. To do that, you need a pencil, a sheet of paper about 40 inches by 10 inches, a ruler, a right angle, tape to tape down the piece of paper, and the lumber you bought at the hobby shop. Once you have these, you can start designing the bridge. The first number we want to remember is 36 inches. We want to remember 36 inches because that's the longest piece of wood we can buy without special ordering it. The second number we want to remember is 18 inches. 18 inches is a great number to remember because that's the length of our pressure plate. When there's a load on the pressure plate, it makes the top cord bend like this because there's weight in two places, here and here. That's 18 inches apart. We want to remember 18 inches because that way we can place the vertical hips 18 inches apart to support that load. The last number we want to remember is 8 inches. We want to remember 8 inches because that's the maximum height that we can make our bridge in the contest. But we're not going to make it 8 inches because we want to give ourselves a little bit of leeway, so we're going to make it 7.5 inches. Now we're going to start drawing the bridge. To do that, we're going to take our measuring tools. We're going to use our measuring tools and the pieces of wood we've bought. First, we're going to put down a piece of wood that acts as a spacer. Then we're going to put down the piece of wood that we are going to use for the bottom cord, and we'll trace it. Now I'm going to mark where the vertical hips go, 9 inches from each end of the bottom cord. Now I'm going to take my right angle at the marks that I've just made and mark the outside edge where the vertical hip goes. Now I'm going to trace the other side of the vertical hip with, well, the vertical hip. Our bridge is going to be 7.5 inches tall, so we're going to mark that on each side of the vertical hip. These points indicate where the top of the top cord goes. That means we can trace the top and the bottom edges of the top cord. Now what we have to put in is the end post. The top edge of the end post goes from this point to this point. This is our final bridge design. It'll help us cut out patterns for the end post. It shows us how long the end post should be and at the angle that the end post should be at. Sadly, it's not 45 degree angles. I'll show you how to cut it at the angle it should be at next.